Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Liv if you're new here. I post all sorts of just like beauty, health, fitness, mental peace content. Today, I'm talking about hair care. Hair care 101, baby. Think of me as like your big sister, your best friend, your bestie that like does all the hair and makeup before you guys go out for the night. That's me. And I'm always sharing my tips and tricks and things that I love about hair care with all of my friends and like people that I'm close with. And I just want to share it more with more people because it's what I'm so passionate about. If you have been struggling to grow your hair out past a certain length for like God knows how long, this video is for you. I have really been cracking the code to getting long, luscious, thick hair. And I am willing to share every single thing I've learned in this video. I don't care how long it takes. So grab your snack, grab your water, and maybe make it a goal to finish a big water by the end of this video. Who knows how long it's gonna be. So I have literally compiled everything that I've learned over the past few years about hair care, and I've put it into little spark notes. We're going to be going over everything from like why your hair isn't growing faster, different foods that you should be eating, are supplements actually worth it, if you should be hair oiling, how to hair oil, what kind of hairstyles are good for protecting your hair, how to sleep in heatless curls, all of the above, so that you can maintain healthy long hair. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, keep watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Let's get into the video. So the first thing I'm going to talk about before we actually get started is the hair cycle, because I feel like understanding the hair cycle and educating yourself about that is actually kind of important, because then you understand like what to do to keep yourself in the growth cycle longer. So the growth phase, which is the first phase, is anagen phase. In this phase, the hair is actually getting blood supply from the follicle and it's growing, and this can take up to 6 years. Keep in mind, every hair follicle is literally on its own independent schedule, so it's not like you're gonna lose all your hair at one time and grow all your hair at another time. That's not how it works. Everything is just like on its own little independent rotation, but ultimately, if you're doing all the right things, you can keep most of your hair in this anagen phase so that it's getting growth factor. It can actually grow super long and strong and thick. Now, if you're stressed or your hormones are out of whack or anything like that, you're gonna affect this anagen phase the most. You're gonna have, instead of growth factors, you're gonna have other hormones and stimulating factors that are actually taking away from that. One of these hormones is dihydrotestosterone. So estrogen is actually gonna make your hair grow thicker and longer, and DHT, that other hormone, is going to make it be shorter or be pushed out into the next phase faster. So it's really important in this phase to maintain things like a really good diet with a lot of like healthy fats and protein versus fatty foods like, you know, greasy foods, fast foods, high salt concentration foods. You want to avoid that kind of stuff because that's not going to promote like all the nutrients that are needed to grow the hair shaft while it's in this anagen phase. You're going to see about a ½ an inch of growth per month. Now, you can't really speed that up. There's going to be so many things out there telling you, oh, you can speed your hair growth up. Take this gummy, take this vitamin, use this serum. You cannot speed up your hair growth that much. Like what you can do is you can keep it healthy so that it actually hits your normal rate of growth, but you're not going to do anything that makes it grow like 5 inches in a month. That's just not gonna happen, and people are selling you because they want to make money. So just keep that in mind. If anybody is saying, oh, this can grow your hair 5 times faster or 3 times faster, no, it can't. What it's probably doing is maybe it's backed by some sort of evidence that it can keep your scalp healthier, keep your environment better. Maybe it's reducing flaking or something so that the hair can grow better, or it's increasing your nutrients that you're lacking so that you have a better supply to the follicle. And something like that, where it's actually just not slowing down your hair growth. It's not technically speeding it up, if that makes sense. But eventually your hair does get pushed into the next phase, which is the catagen phase. So in the catagen phase, now that follicle has detached from the blood supply, so it's no longer getting any blood supply and it's no longer growing any thicker or longer or healthier. And then it goes into the telogen phase, and after that it's just resting. It's a resting phase. It's already been detached from the blood supply, and now it's sitting in your dermal skin cells before it's going to be released in the exogen phase. There's all these different phases, right? Ultimately, you get the idea that the anagen phase is going to be the most important phase to prolong so that you can get the healthiest hair possible. Some things that you can focus on to promote prolonged prolonged anagen phase is going to be things like scalp care, nutrition, hydration, avoiding heat, avoiding bleach, protective hairstyles, stress management, balanced hormones. Estrogen, remember, is going to prolong. DHT is going to shorten. I think understanding those things is a really good starting point for making the right decisions and understanding how your hair is going to be affected by what you do, by what you put in your body, what you put on your scalp, and how you wash your hair, and more. We'll get to it. So let's talk food for a second, because nutrition is probably the most important thing. A background about me is I actually have a degree in nutrition from the University of Florida, so it's kind of my jam. Water is going to be included in this as well. Have you been drinking your water? Let's do like a chunk together right now. Good? Okay, good. So you want things like healthy fats, like think avocados, and think protein, like eggs and chicken. Protein is what overall provides amino acids to synthesize keratin. Keratin is the protein that you find in your hair strands. So what can we do to make more of that and help in the growth phase? We eat more protein. Fish is also really good. Omega-3s really nourish the follicle. It also prevents inflammation, promotes shininess, and helps prevent the hair becoming brittle or dry. So that's why omega-3s are really good. You can take that in a vitamin form. I think probably the best thing to do is just get it from your food, but I know that's really hard. Food for me is something that I struggle with, even though I know so much about it. I have a really hard time always sticking to the right things that I know I should be eating. Yeah, I get it. You have to take some vitamins sometimes, and I think that's okay. I take a women's multivitamin, and then I also do biotin. Biotin you have to be careful about because it can cause acne. I've seen that as a side effect that a lot of people talk about, but I haven't really experienced that, and I've had terrible acne in the past. But yeah, I take biotin probably every day, and I take omega-3s, and I take my women's. So my women's has omega-3 in it, by the way. I just do like a multi-gummy. And then I do try really hard to hit a protein goal. For every pound, you should try to hit 1 gram of protein. So if you weigh 140, you should realistically get 140 grams of protein per day. It's tough, but you can do it. And I saw this recently. Someone said the easiest, fastest way, instead of worrying about all these different meals with protein, just double your meat intake every time you have a meal. So like if you're having, like last night we had like ground beef tacos, I was like, let me just have more ground beef. Make it simple. Your meals that already have protein, double it what you're eating like in the meat category. I wrote down some of my other like good foods that you need to have that are so yummy. I actually hate this because Reagan hates sweet potatoes. I love sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes are so good. Some yams, sweet potatoes, salmon, chickpeas, eggs, olive oil. I cook with olive oil. I don't cook with butter or like Pam spray. I cook with olive oil for everything. I want to bathe in it. Berries, nuts, fruits, like natural berries if you can. Like I saw a girl I get influenced a lot online. I get ideas. She had just a bowl, like a little bamboo bowl plate of strawberries and blackberries and blueberries, and like it just looked so appetizing. Fantastic snack. So do that, maybe some nuts, granola. Ugh. So other than foods, you need to do things like manage stress. If you really can't manage stress, because I feel like that's the easiest thing to be like, oh, stop being stressed. Well, you know, some of us have to go to work 10 hours a day. Some of us have a lot on our plate, and there's not a lot we can do to change that, at least not right now. This is a hair care video, not a get your life together video. So the least you can do is go out and try to go on walks or like get sunshine. Like if I'm having a really bad day at work, I still try really hard. I will walk the block almost every day at work during my lunch break. Hopefully if I get a long enough one, I will walk around the block, and like the areas where there's sun, I literally am like a plant just soaking in the sun. And I think that's really good for you. So the least you can do is get like as much healthy exposure movement as possible. If you can work out, great. I work out like 5-6 times a week, and it helps me. I feel the best when I am working out like that. So that's kind of that on keeping yourself healthy. Now let's get into showering. So I started using Jolie, which is a shower head. We got this for our wedding on our registry. So essentially the shower head is just a big filter, and it's supposed to make your water softer and take out a lot of like the harsh metals and stuff like that, so that you're not putting that directly into your skin and into your hair. And I've really liked having it. Overall, I can't say that's the only reason why my hair is better or why my skin is better. Things are good and I'm feeling healthy, so that is something that I have changed, so I figured that I would mention it. And then next, hair oiling. I love hair oiling. I've been doing it for years, probably 2 years now. Now is probably a good time to mention that I am using like I guess it's an MLM. I don't want to lose you guys here. I'm not selling it. I'm not promoting this like, oh, I get paid to do this, so listen to me. No, that's not the case, but I am using Monet. And I have all the products that I use here. I've clearly gotten influenced. Okay, let's just kind of break this down. I told myself I was not going to review this product or talk about it online unless I used it for like literally 3 months and loved it. I've been using it for 4 months and my hair looks fantastic, so I am going to talk about it today. I also want to have a huge disclaimer. I do not only use Monet. I use other things as well in conjunction with Monet. I'm crediting them a lot because I do use literally everything of theirs. Let's kind of get into that. So when I'm oiling my hair, I use this Rejuvenate oil, and you can put that in your hair, you can put that on your face, you can put that literally anywhere. Put that on the ends of my hair, on the roots. I'm using a Monet. I use this. This is rosemary hair oil, which it's 100% pure rosemary, but they also added biotin, jojoba, and castor oils. Love the tip on this. You can just really get in there. And then I'm also massaging my scalp the entire time I'm in there. Use this scalp massager. These are really great for stimulating blood flow, especially around the hairline. So once I get all of my oil in, I will scalp massage for as long as I can stay focused. And then I will put my hair in a braid or Dutch braids or a medium to tight ponytail and go to the gym. I leave that in for like an hour and a half and then I wash it out. And that is how I do my hair oiling. I try to do that at least once a week, probably end up doing it more like twice a week. That definitely has helped with just like the overall shininess, and also like just being able to deposit the nutrients into the hair, I think is really good. Anytime you hair oil, you have to wash it out, double cleanse. You just have to. I actually double cleanse all the time, and this is where I'm going to show you. I'm using Monet products as well as drugstore in combination, but you have to double cleanse or use a clarifying shampoo or something like that to get the oil out. I use this one. This is the Maui Moisture Line Scalp Care, and this smells so yummy. I'm obsessed with how this smells, and it's cheap. You can get this at Target, you can get this at CVS, and I love it. I actually had the conditioner too, and I don't know where it went, so that's an odd thing to lose, right? Like, where did it go? I double cleanse every single time I wash my hair, but you really only have to if you're doing oil. Anyway, I do this and then I go in with this one, which is the Monet IR Clinical Thickening Shampoo. This also has Rejuvenate, and I use these in tandem because I think that that has really been working for my hair. Like I said, all of the things I'm talking about today, I've been doing for months, since April of this year, and it's August. Once I'm done rinsing out my double shampoo, so I shampoo, rinse, then I go back in with conditioner, and I'm using the Monet conditioner. Again, same line, IR Clinical Thickening Conditioner with Rejuvenate. Tip, when you're putting in your conditioner, make sure that you actually wring out your hair as much as possible before you add it in. Then you apply your conditioner. I apply it to my ends first, and then I get a little bit more and I put it around my hairline because I do feel like these are my, like, you know, more broken like baby pieces. I want them to be healthy and conditioned, so I do add a little bit of conditioner there. It's just not focused on the scalp the same way the shampoo is. I have 2 different leave-ins from Monet. I just bought another one yesterday that I haven't tried yet, so I'm not going to review it in this video. It's not from Monet, it's over It's drugstore, or it's not your mother's. These are my two leave-ins that I've been using, and I use them like interchangeably because I don't really know the difference. So this one is the Restore Leave-In Conditioner for dry, medium to thick hair with Rejuvenique again. And this one has like a pump. Damage Repair Bond Fortifying Hair Leave-In Cream. This one fortifies to strengthen, protect, and hydrate hair. This one looks like this. And when you open it, it comes out like that. When you are detangling your hair, you want to use a wide tooth comb, which I have in my bathroom, like where I shower. But I did want to show you my other brush that I love. So this brush is a bamboo brush. And I really love bamboo brushes because they distribute the oils in your hair very nicely. And it's good because when you're brushing your hair, you can kind of like, you know, you can stimulate all the blood flow, really help move things around when you're brushing. So that's why I love this brush. I really don't use any other brush except this one and my wide tooth comb to brush my wet hair. Microfiber towel, I have this one, and then your hair goes down and then you wrap it all up, which is like the front of your head, and you wrap it all up and you tie it. A lot of times I air dry my hair, but I'll get into that in a second. And then other times I rough blow dry like yesterday to get this. So if I'm doing that, it's just to get it like somewhat smooth so that I can wrap it that night for heatless curls. Don't do really tight hairstyles. Hairstyles are a big thing that I want to talk about. So for me, even if I'm doing my makeup, I don't ever put my hair just like up in a high bun or something to get it out of the way. This is what I use. Rhett, I love alligator clips. I start here and I pull my hair up like this and I just go shoop like that. Today I use just this. I like the alligator ones more, but these are like for rollers. I did that on this side. That's typically what I will do to hold my hair. If I'm doing chores or errands, I'm using claw clips. That is the easiest way to hold your hair up and not hurt it. Don't want anything that is like pulling your hair super tight. So I love claw clips. I also love scrunchies. I've been rocking scrunchies since I was in college, and it wasn't as big of a thing then, I feel. Slick backs, I understand that they're in. I understand that that's clean girl aesthetic. I wouldn't do them. I wouldn't do them. I might do those. And I mean, okay, I take it back. I do them sometimes, okay? This is what I do them. If I'm doing a full-on hair mask, I will slick back my hair, put the mask in, and go on like a run. But it's not gonna be there all day. Every once in a while I do it for work because no one can really tell. But it's not gonna be there all day. Slick backs are dangerous, okay? You're pulling your hair so tight that you can break strands. Say you worked on your hair and you're done all the right things, and then like you just break off a strand, like 6 inches. That's like months of work. I love scrunchies, like I said. I love claw clips. My other last thing, I do Dutch braids all the time. That's great for after oiling. I also do them for work because it's not any pressure on your hair. Another way you'll see me wear my hair a lot, scrunchie in a low bun. So I twist. I don't do the messy buns because I don't like my hair to be messed up when I take it down. And I just wear it like this. And I understand that this isn't like the cutest hairstyle in the whole world. You know, you look a little like founding father-ish. This is probably the most like realistic hairstyle, especially if I take little bobby pins and get here that I can go to work in. I can run errands in, I can walk the dog in, and then when you get back from inside, you just pull it out and your hair is perfect. It's almost like another heatless curl because you've got everything setting in a twist for however long that you wear it. All right, we need to talk heatless curls. This should have been the first thing I talked about. If you don't have one of these puppies, buy one today. The way I wrap is in another video, but it's short, so I'll show you. I put it here on top of my head. I usually clip the side and then I wrap all the way around. You can watch the video if you don't know what I'm talking about, but that's my favorite way to wrap my hair. And then I always put on a silk bonnet after. And I go to bed with this every single night. And It helps prevent breakage. If you don't like bonnets, you can do like a silk pillowcase. But I really like the bonnet because it keeps everything kind of like stuck in one place. Now you want to leave. Are you happy? Chill just for like 10 more minutes. He comes in here and then he sits by the door because he wants to go. Like, make it make sense. Let's talk hair color. A lot of y'all ain't gonna like this. I'm a firm believer that you look best with your God-given hair color. And I will die on that hill, okay? I love being blonde, but at the end of the day, this color that is growing out of my head looks better. I think it looks healthier. It looks more natural. So if you're someone that is just constantly bleaching and frying your hair and you're like, well, I don't use heat, I use heatless curls, I do the oils, I do whatever, but you're still bleaching your hair so much, it's like you can't keep up. And that was me for a while. I was doing all the things right, and that's what I've really realized these last few months. After my wedding, I was like bleach blonde for my wedding, and then right after my wedding, I dyed my hair brown. Well, I had my girl dye my hair brown, dark, I guess I'm dark blonde. But she dyed my hair this color to match my natural color. She cut like 3 inches off, I think 3 inches off. And ever since then, my hair's actually felt thicker at the bottom. So before it would grow, but it would get stringy. And now it's thicker and it's luscious. Like I love it. If my hair continues like this and it's this color, I will never dye it again. Like I'm so happy with how healthy it looks and how much the color suits me that I'm okay with it. So you really just need to kind of find what is the most important to you. If you really want to have blonde hair, then maybe you're not going to get it as long as you want. Maybe you will. Everyone has different hair textures. This is not like a one size fits all. Some people can get away with bleaching their hair and it still looks amazing and gets long. How does it feel to be God's favorite? My hair is too coarse and too high porosity and too easily dried out and can get brittle that when I kept bleaching it, there was literally no way that I was ever going to be able to make it grow long and or healthy. Like I was trying really hard and it wasn't enough. What I would recommend if you are like me and you had bleach and you're trying to get more to like a natural darker blonde or something like that, I would recommend a toner. I went to my hairdresser and she put lowlights throughout my hair to get it a lot of dimension and get it pretty dark, and then she toned the whole thing like a very dark blondie ash brown. And I think toner is like the best way to subtly change your look while you're growing out your hair because you're not doing anything too drastic, and I think it does wash out. Like my hair has already changed colors a lot since we did that, but I do think that just ultimately healthy hair is beautiful hair. So if you can somehow get to a point where you're growing in your natural color, I think it's gonna suit you the best. I mean, your eyebrows are gonna match, like everything is just gonna be cohesive. That's my personal opinion. And you're not wrong if you disagree with me. That's fine. That's just what I think. So moving on from that, we'll talk haircuts. I don't think there's any like specific time that you need to cut your hair, but if you're noticing, because I think everyone's like, oh, 6 weeks or whatever. No, I think you just need to cut your hair when you need to cut your hair. Like for me, I don't need to cut my hair right now. When she came in and like toned it again, I think she like dusted it or something. But after that, like 3 inches that we chopped off in May, I haven't needed to cut my hair again. Like I'm good. If I start noticing a ton of split ends or if like these start looking too dead, I would cut it. And then here's the other trick. Do not, you're not gonna like this either. Do not get layers. Don't do it. You're gonna have split ends on your bottom layer. You're gonna have split ends here. You're gonna have split ends here. Depending on how high your layers go, all of those hairs will still get split ends if you are prone to split ends. Now you have broken hair all the way up the shaft of your hair, all the way up when you're looking from the back or from the side. Everything is broken. And it looks terrible and it looks fried and it makes you look like you're not taking care of your hair when really you just wanted a bouncy blowout. That's just, it's not fair. But it's the way life is. I've been doing my absolute best to get my hair all to one length. It's not one length, it is because I'm still growing out some layers. It's not because I cut layers. So that's what I do when it comes to haircuts, blunt cut, some face framing, toners, low lights, no bleach, no bleach, no soup for you. If I had to have one product for the rest of my life, and I'm talking like shampoo, everything, it would only be this. I could live with just this. This is my holy grail oil. I will buy this if it is $30 someday. It's probably like $9 or $7. I don't know how much it costs. I don't know. I've restocked it so many times I don't even look. I just purchase because I don't know what I would do without it. I put this in my hair at least once a day, sometimes twice a day. It basically works actually very similarly to this as far as like the lightweightness. Similar. You can wear this and like go about your day. I can put this in my hair. Actually, that one's maybe a little oilier. I can put this in my hair and go about my day. Nothing is greasy. I put this in last night and this morning already. And yeah, that's my number one. If you have to buy something, it's that. And it's so cheap. So I ain't here to sell you something, okay? So let's talk air drying. It's been kind of a controversial thing. People are saying that air drying is actually now worse than blowing out your hair because of the way it can like dry like frazzled and crinkly, frizzy, you know? I don't know, crinkly made sense. So they're saying not to air dry your hair. But I'm gonna be so honest with you. If I air dry my hair and brush it, it is so fluffy and frizzy and gross. I can still wrap it. I have a video on this of like, it's like a what to do before you wrap. The easiest method ever because you don't do jack squat before you wrap. You literally let it air dry and they turn out perfect. So I don't know how I feel about it. I think they might be onto something. Like maybe if I sealed that cuticle first and then wrapped it, it would be even better, which is like kind of what I did this time. But I think I got more body, like more volume when I did it air drying. I think it's okay. Personally, again, I'm only speaking about myself and what I've learned in these past few months of like truly seeing growth and health. I found either way works. So I don't have a stance on that. You already have enough rules. You got pages of rules here. I don't think that's one you need to die on a hill about. So we've kind of talked about a lot. Essentially, you want to be gentle to your hair. Using clips, using scrunchies, using oils, using all of these things that just promote a lot of nutrients and elasticity in the hair and are not pulling anything too tight, ripping things out. You want to use good products. If you find a cheaper product that you love, like this guy, then stick with it. If you find an expensive product that you love, this guy, stick with that. Like do whatever works for you. For me, it's a combination of both of them. I've noticed a ton of little new baby hairs. Oh, I wanted to say on that note, you can tell something is a baby hair versus a broken hair by the tip of the strand. So if you look at the tip of the strand and it's blunted, it broke. Or if it's like frazzled, it broke. If it comes out to like a very tiny, like wispy hair, like a point, that's a new hair. That's a new growth hair, which is so cool. So you can literally look at your baby hairs and find out like, oh, this is all new hair because it all comes to like a little point. Did you finish your water yet? I'm getting it. I did it. That was full when I started. I think ultimately for me, it's about finding this balance of like low maintenance and high maintenance. So yes, high maintenance being the fact that I spend too much money on all of this stuff, but it works, okay? You find the products that you love and it works, but then you combine that with the low maintenance side of, okay, a hair color that I don't need to touch for, I don't even know if or when I will ever touch the color again. That balance is great for me. The heatless curls. I'm not tugging on my hair every day with straighteners and blow dryers and all this crap. I'm just sleeping. I mean, finding that harmonious balance of the low maintenance and high maintenance is like such a good way to just take care of your hair and take care of your body. Eat good foods. Like just think about nourishing yourself, being like the healthiest version of yourself possible so that your hair literally is like an extension of the health exuding from your body. This video is very long, but thank you guys for watching. I'm sure I left things out that I forgot and wanted to add, so I'm sure I'll make another video about hair I make videos about hair all the time. So I make shorts and videos about hair all the time. So if I left anything out of this video, I will definitely remember to put it back into another video. But I hope that helped. I hope that gave you guys kind of like a starting point, what to focus on, what I'm doing. You can adapt the things that I'm doing, you can adjust the things that I'm doing and make them fit your own lifestyle better. I hope this was helpful. If you enjoyed this video, again, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel, like this video. If you can comment below what your favorite tip was, that would be really cool to kind of help me get some feedback and see what actually is helping you guys. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.